Fuck. Oh my god, it happened.
I remembered last week that your New Year's resolution was to specifically fuck over the podcast, and you succeeded.
I fucked up.
It's okay. We only got like 10 minutes in, so for context,
I know, but we were on such a fucking roll.
Oh,
then.
we were. No, that was like very smooth conversation.
Okay.
For context, Viv just didn't press record, which happens. We spoke last week about this stuff happens.
At least we went an hour in.
Oh no, if we were an hour in, I would have sent you home and been like, we got to do something else, which would have been sad because
Okay. Okay, so quick recap on like the first the first 5 minutes. I got blood taken. That was cool. That hurt.
Yeah,
it's
she
cold.
had her gender reviewed.
I had my gender reviewed. That's all great. Joe ran. He ran with a weatherman. We won't dox it.
Yeah. I met a weatherman that's very famous in our local area.
Speaking of running, I wish I was faster. Oh my god, there's so many running puns in this.
There is.
Is it?
There's a lot, which is funny because it's like as if. When he was a child, he's like, I've been running my whole life.
I'm running all my life. But it isn't just him, it's all his friends.
Yeah, everyone he knows.
It's like if Arrow was using... we're literally speed running, what we did here.
Which is on theme.
Yeah,
because it's the Flash. It's fast.
It's Flash. Yeah. Okay, so this episode's going to be half hour long.
Yeah. No. So, can you imagine if in Arrow he was like, my whole life I've been on a bow and shooting
a projectile course. Yeah. I've been flying through
straight as an arrow.
But it isn't just him. Literally everyone in his life is doing this.
Yeah. And then you get like a shot of young Oliver playing with a toy bow and arrow, and his dad's like, he's really good at that.
But in the Flash, it isn't just Barry who makes all these puns. It's everyone around him. So it kind of because it's like it's supposed to be on purpose, right? Because he was struck on purpose.
Yeah.
And then we did the really good funny meme where he gets jerked off by the reverse Flash.
Yeah. And then I showed you your mother, Barry.
Your mother, Barry.
Your mother. So wait, I just showed Viv Flash memes for a minute, and at the minute I'm going to show you again because I want this bit to flow so I can make it into a short.
Wow, this is so disingenuous.
When I was in university, I loved the Flash.
Come on, speed up, come on.
Okay, when I was in university, I was in a comics book society. Here is me wearing a Flash t-shirt to prove it. I'm sat next to the Joker. I dressed as civilian Barry Allen, who is essentially he's a quirked up white boy.
He's a quirked up white boy in the vein of
Andrew Garfield in Spider-Man 2, another superhero I love.
But sadly, he also looks like
Mad Pat. So,
but you know what? It's just like
it's that genre of boy pre-Gamergate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which we were kind of nostalgic for, but then, like reflecting on it a little bit, we kind of realized, we were just young at the time, and if we were the age we are now, we were back then we would realize how bullshit it
we were kind
was.
Of immune from the clutches of capitalism.
Yeah,
but anyway, here's another Flash costume. In my final year, this was peak of university for me. I made from scratch by cutting up fabric and stitching it together a Kid Flash costume.
Thank you for showing. You don't have to. You literally just showed me this.
Look at this.
Wait, holding it up like you're an Animal Crossing character. Yeah. That's it.
I will post all of these on the Instagram. I fucking love this full costume. I forgot how funny it is. Sorry, I know we've already looked at it once. I forgot how fucking funny it is with my hair sticking out because I know that's what the costume is.
Isn't that what it's like in there?
Yeah, that's how it's like. It's always looked goofy.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy who plays Kid Flash in the Flash didn't have much hair, so it didn't look as bad.
Okay, so
it's always been a weird choice.
So we're basically caught up now. That's everything we talked about.
Pretty much. I talked about how much I loved the Flash. I can talk about that again.
Wait. I just want to say, 4 minutes. We can condense. Okay, so what I'm thinking, we test run an entire episode, then we try and just basically repeat it from memory. We could get all of our ideas down in like 20 minutes.
Honestly, if we just stuck with it and like work through it, I think we could.
If we just like sieve through it.
If I didn't care so much about the Flash, I would say let's do that now and see how fast we can get this done.
We're going to do a third take of this, and we're just going to be done in like 5 minutes of the entire episode. Thoughts and feelings. Maybe. Oh yeah, I forgot to say I kind of prefer the episode over Arrow's pilot. Yeah. Just because like it lets scenes breathe. Ironically, it's not as fast as the Arrow.
Yeah, that's fair. I definitely prefer this as well. I spoke about before while we weren't recording my history with the show of the Flash as a show, and I much preferred it to Arrow. When I was watching all of them, it got me really into the Flash as a character. It got me reading the comics. If Spider-Man is my favorite Marvel character, the Flash was my favorite DC character for a while. And now I think
they're the same guy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they basically are. Quirked up white boy with powers.
Yeah.
In the commentary, they spoke about how, like, the Flash is a metahuman, but he's like a regular dude among gods.
Yeah.
Like Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman are essentially gods.
Batman?
Whereas Barry, well, Batman's not as well, but like that's like how Arrow is. Like, you know, he's the normal dude.
Yeah.
But Barry is a normal guy who gets powers. Same way that Spider-Man is a normal guy who gets powers.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, so they are kind of very similar.
Yeah, because like he's not rich. I'm being rich as... What's your superpower? I'm rich.
Love the Justice League. Thoughts on the DC, the Flash movie?
I love Zack Snyder so much. I watched Justice League with my mum.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I don't remember.
Was it the Snyder cut or the regular one?
It was the Whedon cut.
Fair. Have you seen the Snyder cut?
Yeah.
I haven't.
Haven't you?
No. I really don't like those movies.
You haven't had a week to watch it?
No. We saw The Flash, the movie, in cinema.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. And honestly, great experience.
Yeah.
Really fucking funny.
Yeah, I was in tears at one point. I was laughing so hard.
Yeah.
Do you reckon this one would... No, this is low hanging fruit. To like be like, oh, would you stick it in the microwave? But like stick babies in microwaves?
What?
Do you not remember that?
I remember, but what are you asking me? You said, would you reckon you'd stick babies in
Do you
microwaves?
reckon
this version of the Flash?
Yeah.
No, I think he's probably just better at being the Flash.
Yeah. Okay, one thing he isn't like, I don't know if this changes as the show goes along. He isn't as like obnoxious as Ezra Miller.
I mean, yeah, I'd say so. Ezra Miller plays a very different version of Barry Allen.
Yeah.
He plays a more like... It's funny because we spoke about like the nerdy type of quirked up white boy.
Yeah.
I feel like Grant Gustin's Flash is very early 2010s, a quirked up white boy. And Ezra Miller's is like this kind of post...
Sorry,
it's okay. Kind of like this postmodern, like... Oh, he's not a geek. He's just really like awkward socially.
It's called autistic ADHD.
Yeah.
I have names for it now.
We diagnose him.
Yeah.
That's No, so I don't really like Ezra Miller's interpretation of Barry Allen.
Is it because they're a sex offender?
Yeah, that doesn't help.
No, they're not a sex offender.
They're just an offender.
No, they just traffic some. Right?
Grooming is complicated. Sure. I don't know. Thankfully, we don't have to talk about it that much this episode. Did choke slam a woman.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
Oh god.
Yeah, let a God forbid a queer person do anything.
Yeah, we need more like queer rap of like
problematic
fucked up people.
This is why I like Cynthia Erivo. Now, granted, she's not fucked up. She's just funny as fuck and so queer.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, she's insane. She's did this, and like, oh, she's a diva, and it's like, no, she's just got a personality.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
No, you're right. And this is where we come in with our media.
Yeah.
We're gonna make the most unlikable.
We love unlikable queer characters.
No, that's true.
We speak a lot of it to our friends. One of them, shout out Meg, about like how a lot of them don't like unlikable characters.
Yeah.
I feel like we really like.
I
likable characters.
Well, I like. It's like a weird form of like a lot of the people watch media to get like for like voyeurism.
Yeah.
Or something. And I like seeing characters do stuff that I personally would never do, and that often involves doing terrible things.
Yeah.
Some people like watching people do like heroic things, like a DC superhero.
Like, yeah. Whereas last week, the main thing we were yearning for was incest, which isn't something we would do. But
it's a challenge for us now to bring up incest in every single episode, so Garen gets pissed off at us whenever he listens to it. He's like, guys, come on. We gotta try and get sponsors at some point.
Yeah. But no, I can't even remember. I was saying something earlier about how much I watched the show.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And yeah, I think that I forgot where it was going, honestly. But I like this interpretation of Flash. I think it says a lot. Just before we go into like the legacy, reception, everything to do with behind the scenes of this show, I think it says a lot comparing Grant Gustin to Ezra Miller.
Yes.
That Ezra Miller appeared in The Flash, the TV show, only for a very quick cameo. And still, and that felt like kind of a passing of the torch in a way of like, to get people on board with the fact that he was, that Grant Gustin, he was eventually going to finish as the Flash and Ezra Miller would be the new Flash.
Yeah.
And it still led to people when the Flash movie was coming out saying, why is Grant Gustin not still the Flash? Why do we have to put up with Ezra Miller?
I mean, you could have both. I don't like Ezra Miller's like depiction, but I don't think Grant Gustin. I don't think he should play all of them.
No, I think it's just when people were like, I think it's probably a similar thing that'll happen once they decide what they're doing with Batman, where it's like, we've just got this version with Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
And some people are like very against the idea of having another new Batman or having two Batman happening at the same time.
I mean, welcome to comics, baby. There's like multiple versions going on at once.
Well, it happened with the DCEU in a way, where obviously we had Henry Cavill's Superman.
Yeah.
And everyone was going on, oh, David Cornsweet can't be Superman, it's Henry Cavill. But between them, we had Tyler Hoechlin from Teen Wolf as Superman in Supergirl and had his own show.
Yeah.
And that happened concurrently.
And he was like really well liked.
Yeah, people really like him. I like him. Part of me wishes we were talking about Superman and Lois at some point, but it was too similar to Supergirl. So we decided that was one of the ones we weren't going to do.
I mean, there's enough Superman shows where we could do a Superman call.
Genuinely probably could, yeah. Well, because we'll do Smallville eventually as well.
Yeah, exactly. We've got that. We've got Superman and Lois. Got the old Superman show.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the one from the 50s.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Maybe when Man of Tomorrow comes out,
sure,
we can like do 4 Superman episodes or something.
Sure, why not?
To release concurrently.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like game that algorithm.
Exactly.
But yeah, you got your book open, so I'm guessing you want to read the origins of...
Well, I know, I've said about my ties to the Flash.
Oh, let's talk about the origins of the character.
Yeah, so let's go over the Flash. So, I got really confused. Yesterday we were playing, at time of recording, yesterday we played Among Us with our friends, and I was doing my notes while we were playing, so like when I finished my task and we were in a meeting, I was doing notes, and I got really confused because it says the first appearance of Barry Allen's The Flash was in DC Showcase number 4, which was October 1956, and he was created by Robert Kanigher and Carmine Infantino, but that wasn't the first iteration of The Flash.
Okay.
Yeah, and it showed me I was a fake fan because I thought Barry Allen was the first Flash, but he wasn't. It was Jay Garrick's The Flash, which appeared in The Flash Comics number 1 in... Oh, why haven't I didn't write the date. It was like 1940s, like 1942 or something.
Yeah, because I swear he was like around in World War II, wasn't he?
Yeah. But that wasn't Barry Allen, that was Jay Garrick.
Yeah.
After World War II...
World War One.
Jay Garrick was created by Gardner Fox and Henry Lampert. And after World War II, there was a big dip in superhero comics.
I guess they were they were quite popular at the time, weren't they?
Yeah, especially during the war, I suppose it makes sense.
What's it called?
The Golden Age?
No, the censorship thing. The comic book code. When was that?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
I think that was in the 50s.
Maybe.
Like late 50s, early 60s.
I'll have a quick Google. But yeah, it was. I imagine it was superheroes were so big during World War II, which makes sense.
Yeah,
just like general heroism, especially in America with
the propaganda.
Yeah, the propaganda. Captain America,
but the good propaganda.
Hitler. Yeah, it's like anti-Nazi propaganda. That's good.
Yeah,
the comics code. Yeah, 1954.
Yeah.
So that probably had stuff to do with it.
Yeah, because I know once that came into effect, that did take a nosedive in the quality of the written stories because they were just as bad as say the Hays Code.
Yeah.
Because it was fucking peak McCarthyism.
Yeah, exactly.
And a lot of comic writers were communists. A lot of writers were communists. Yeah. So it was just a good way of just censoring any stories, just keeping a massive eye on them.
Growing up was and hearing about, granted less so us. Well, we learned about it, but I can't imagine growing up in the time where it's you genuinely was communists versus capitalists. Because obviously there was loads of propaganda, but how do you hear on paper what they are and still think capitalism is the right option? I know it was indoctrination in a very idealized world after the World War, but it's very hard to imagine nowadays.
Yeah.
It's but yeah, Jay Garrick Flash comics were very much dropping in popularity to the point where they decided to cancel them, and then eventually Barry was introduced as a new take on the character. So it's not as cut and dry of like who is the creator of the Flash, because they were the two different versions. So like the Flash identity was created by Gardner Fox and Harry Lampert, but then the most famous incarnation of the Flash, Barry Allen.
Is it going to be like a
Batman
Batman thing where like one guy took all the credit when it was in fact two people?
No, there's no like one guy listed.
All right.
Yeah. That'd be interesting. I don't really know much about the creation of Batman. No.
I can't remember their names out there, but like Bob Cam, someone like that. Yeah, he's like better known for creating Batman. But not really. He didn't really.
Fair.
Like most of the effort came from the other guy.
That'd be interesting.
Who I sadly can't name, ironically.
Oh no. One day we'll do Batman shows. We'll do like Adam West Batman and stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
The animated series?
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, when Barry Allen was introduced, though, he was so popular, he's said to be one of the pillars of the Silver Age of comics.
Yeah.
And brought a massive boost to DC. So he was, he basically revitalized the Flash as a franchise.
Yeah.
Which makes sense now why he's kind of the most well-known incarnation of them. Even though they eventually killed him off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Barry Allen's a better name than, what was the other
Jay
guy?
Garrick.
Jay Garrick. Whatever, snore.
That's fair. Barry Allen. It does roll off the tongue quite well.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll talk about Crisis and stuff later. Another character that was just introduced immediately was Iris West. So I just want to mention that because obviously she's in the show.
Which one is she?
She's his sister/girlfriend. Again.
It is a running course. Is there any incest in Supergirl?
As far as I know.
I guess we'll find out.
No, but we can put it there.
Yeah.
It's fine. I also want to shout out Weather Wizard, who is the villain in this episode.
I thought so.
Yeah, he first appeared in The Flash number 110 in December 1959, and he was created by Jason Boom and Carmen Infantino.
Oh, that's very nice. I'm glad they picked an actual villain.
Yeah.
Even if he seems... Did he have a costume at all? Or was he just a guy in the comic as well?
I mean, he did have a costume.
Was he just wearing a big cloud?
The Weather Wizard in this episode is like... Because there was the brothers, and I know the other one also becomes a Weather Wizard. But, because obviously the other one dies in this episode.
Yeah.
That's like one of the costumes.
Okay. It's because it's like a tornado.
Yeah. Oh, I like this one.
Let me see.
That's probably like his original one.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's probably got a wand.
Yeah. But this one, he's just a guy.
Yeah, it's just a dude. Which is a shame, because I guess the thing with these early episodes of The Flash is even though they're like introducing the Rogues Gallery, I guess a lot of these like Villain of the Weeks are only being introduced for one episode.
Yeah. So
it's not really worth budgeting to make them a full costume.
It's a shame, really, though.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see.
Like, I know a lot of people don't like James Gunn and that, but at least he's able to like sort of embrace the campy looks of them.
Yeah, like
which is always fun to see, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I'm even thinking of like the TV shows like Peacemaker, and even on the Marvel side of things, like She-Hulk, who'd have like one-off characters and still have them in full costumes and things.
But this is the real world, and people don't wear costumes in the real world. They don't.
And yet, the Flash clearly like marked a very big shift for the Arrowverse. By this point, they had decided, obviously, that they were going to do multiple shows in this world.
Yeah.
And they really did jump off the deep end from Arrow, where it's like, he's just a regular guy, to not only have we got the superhero, like the powers with the Flash, but all his
he was the first, like, when was this started? When did they start, like, sort of hinting at, like an expanded universe sort of idea? So
the Flash show was announced July 30th, 2013. And Andrew Kreisberg, the sex offender from last week.
Thank you.
Well, not offender, but he was fired. I don't know if any charges were pressed. He revealed... I mean,
there was like 20 people.
Yeah, so I feel like it's safe to say. But, you know, allegedly, if he's listening, he can't sue us. Barry Allen he announced that Barry Allen would appear in 3 episodes of season 2 of Arrow, with the final episode being a backdoor pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Barry only ended up appearing in 2 episodes. This season 2, episode 8, The Scientist, and episode 9, 3 Ghosts. And instead of a backdoor pilot, then they decided, because they really liked Grant Gustin and they thought the script was strong, that they would give it a full pilot.
Okay.
So yeah, around 2013. So Flash wouldn't actually air until 2014, So, considering Arrow started in 2012, it was only like a year in that they really thought like, oh, we might be onto something here. And then obviously it would skyrocket later in terms of all the other shows.
Yeah.
But I would argue The Flash, even though it's called the Arrowverse, because Arrow was the first one, I would argue The Flash is like the catalyst for the multiverse of Arrow, because he's the one who brings in Supergirl. Because we'll talk about it more next week, but Supergirl was on a different network, and yet all the shit we talked about last week, where it's like what is and isn't canon to this universe, is because of The Flash, because he's the one who can bring everything in. And I think that
kind of just do whatever the fuck.
Yeah, and I think that when you think of all the crossovers, like obviously they knew they would do a crossover. There was a crossover in season 1 of Flash, which was just like Arrow versus Flash.
How do you feel about it looking back now, considering the whole MCU of it all?
I really appreciate what the Arrowverse did in terms of you would still get references and acknowledgements and side characters would appear. However, it's funny to see people saying like, I can't keep up with Marvel anymore because there's shows, and I've said this as well, I haven't watched all the Marvel shows, when like I was fully watching 5 episodes a week.
Yeah.
Like Arrow, Flash, Supergirl, Legends.
Yeah.
And, whichever other one was on at the time, Black Lightning, Batwoman, as they dipped in and out. It is kind of funny to like criticize multiverses, but then I guess people do only watch one of them sometimes.
Yeah.
And then when it gets to the crossovers, they just skip them.
Yeah.
Most of the time, well, it's weird. Most of the time, the crossovers were kind of just like a fun bonus thing. And you could watch all of them. And I remember they announced them far enough in advance that you knew, like, it would say, like, next time it's this crossover. And you're like, okay. When they would do the crossovers, let's say Arrow was Monday, Flash was Tuesday. It would know, like, okay, next week, if I want to follow it, I need to watch Arrow on Monday and Flash on Tuesday. And if you were like I don't care.
Like the Sweet Life of That's So Raven.
Yeah. It's like a soap opera. Yeah. It's just like on multiple times a week. And if you didn't care, you were just like, I guess I just skip next week.
Yeah.
And most of the time, it was inconsequential up until like, Crisis, which makes sense.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, like the big events where it actually matters.
Yeah, most of the initial crossovers were all pretty much just like not fully relevant. Like good episodes, but I imagine if you skipped them, you wouldn't be too lost, especially if there was a previously on that summarized it. But yeah, it's the thing that stops me going back to these shows, because like I said last week, I would want to watch all of them. I'm sure
somebody has made an insane like Excel spreadsheet of just like how to watch
this.
I've
seen
you
one.
Have.
No, I have. No, I've seen
it
one.
It was me, Barry. I made the Excel.
I genuinely, if they made a Blu-ray set or DVD set that was like just the Arrowverse, and it was
that would be insane.
It would be expensive as fuck. But like, you know how like you got like full anime such series that like 200 episodes.
Yeah.
But if they made like a £300 fucking massive box set of like Arrowverse order.
How would you put that chronologically though? Would it just be like, so like a season of like 2 seasons of
Arrow,
2 seasons of Arrow, then it alternates between
Arrow and Flash? Yeah, I guess.
And then when do you bring in Supergirl?
I guess whenever Supergirl started.
And then it's like, so it's Arrow, Flash, Supergirl, and then DC. Then you're watching 4 shows. Yeah, so it just like
cuts in between. I would if we had another pandemic, I would definitely watch
manifesting this. a global catastrophe in order to watch,
so I can watch this. But again, it's like even just getting them online. I know they're on like ITVX for us, and I know that they were on Netflix for America. I just wish we stopped separating them, and there was an option where it's just like Arrowverse, and it just puts the episodes in order on streaming.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
I get what you mean.
Yeah. Like, even, like, on the illegal piracy side of things, I wish someone would just do an Arrowverse torrent with all of them.
Yeah. It kind of makes you think, though, it's just like, does this make them slightly more disposable, considering?
Maybe? I don't know. Because, like, we spoke last week about cultural impacts of when would you decide if a show is, like, had a cultural impact?
Yeah.
And as much as I wouldn't say like these shows were like culturally relevant, I feel like they're still remembered by quite a lot of people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see what you mean. Where it just kind of like,
because it's definitely like a for the moment kind of thing. Because I think the same problems with the MCU movies, and they're way more expensive.
Yeah.
They're kind of just like, if they don't make money in the moment, it doesn't matter. They get tossed aside, and that's like next big thing.
I think if they didn't all go on for so long, maybe it would be like they'd even be more relevant today as well. Because let's say Arrow had 5 seasons, and in season 2 Flash was brought in, season 3 Supergirl was brought in, season 4 Legend, season 5 Batwoman or whatever.
Yeah.
Just to name random ones. And then at the end of the 5-season run of Arrow, you have Crisis, and they all end. And then you've just got like, you'll still have like 10 seasons of television between Flash, Supergirl, all the other ones as well. But the less makes it more accessible.
Yeah.
Whereas it's like 8 seasons of Arrow, 9 seasons of the Flash, 8 seasons of Supergirl.
Yeah, it makes it far less rewatchable than say like.
Yeah. Like I'd love to say that I'm going to rewatch even just the Flash, and I could see myself maybe watching the first season again, but it's never going to be to the point where I can watch all of them unless I invest a lot of time. Even if I like watched one episode a day, it would take fucking years.
Yeah.
But I'd love to. I just don't think it's doable.
No.
I've decided, seeing as it's not one we'll talk about, I am going to eventually watch Superman and Lois, because I never watched all of that. And that's only like 4 seasons, 10 episodes a season.
That's doable.
And it's on ITVX.
Yeah.
And it was the last one, so there isn't crossover stuff. There might be like a reference to Supergirl, I don't know. But it's not like everyone's there. So,
That'd be cool.
maybe. But yeah. Speaking of how they went into production then. So the pilot for The Flash was ordered January 29th, 2014. And May 8th, 2014, they actually only gave it a 13-episode season at first. But then they boosted it back to the normal 23 after the initial scripts were positively received. Now, I think this is a show that kind of suits itself to a longer season because of the Monster of the Week style episodes. But also, God, I wish they had 13-episode seasons.
Yeah, it's like the perfect middle ground. It isn't like 8 episode like prestige television, but it isn't a CW length. Yeah,
it's just the perfect.
You don't have the filler. It'll be more killer.
Exactly. And to be fair, I remember the season arc being quite quickly covered. Like, I mean, we see like Harrison Wells doing sneaky shit at the end of this episode.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure the reveal that he's the Reverse Flash is in like episode 8 or 9.
Yeah.
So it's like pretty early on. But that's because Flash deals with time travel and shit. So,
the far future, 2024.
Exactly, yeah.
I forgot. When I saw that, I was just like, what? Oh, right, that's the future for them.
Yeah, just thought it was the past.
Yeah, I forgot the show is like 10 years old.
That's fair.
12 years old.
I imagine sometimes I can imagine someone watching something in the past and not realizing.
Yeah.
It's like watching fucking Doctor Who and it being like, oh, we're in the future, it's 2012.
Wow. But it being such a recent year as 2024.
Yeah,
that's like 2 years ago.
I watched some clips from Crisis on Infinite Earths just because I was feeling nostalgic earlier. Mainly one to do with an actor that we'll talk about. And one of the comments was like, I'm here on the day this happened canonically. And it's like, oh shit, yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine a lot of people just like kind of watched it on that day.
I'm sure it would have been a killer Tumblr post being like,
definitely would
today is the Crisis on Infinite Earth Day.
Yeah. Rest in peace, everyone. Our Earth's been destroyed. Whatever happened. So we talk about how everyone so we said about how Arrow was grounded. They wanted The Flash to be a comic accurate adaptation, specifically saying they didn't want any sweatsuits and the Smallville style costumes.
Oh, okay.
Where it's like they are costumes, but they're basically normal clothes as well.
Yeah. Not spandex.
Not spandex. No, they didn't want weird code names.
Sure.
They wanted them to be the heroes from the show, the comics.
Okay.
Yeah. The actual costume was designed again by Colleen Atwood, who designed Arrow's costume. It was practical and made from leather, and originally it took 40 minutes to put on, only because the helmet had to be glued to his face so it fit properly.
Oh, really?
And after 8 episodes, they decided that was stupid, and they designed a new one which just fit his face properly, and that cut the time down to 15 minutes. So they spent a good half an hour gluing into his face.
So what's that clip? How many episodes?
8 episodes.
8 episodes. So, goddamn, nearly 8 hours.
Yeah.
Just having that shit glued onto you. Like, do you know the story about how like for how the Grinch Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey? Like it took hours and hours to put all that makeup on, and it was genuinely like similar to like psychological torture.
It
like having
sounds
to do it for so long.
sounds kind of horrible. I've seen clips of like, obviously there was quite famous about Jennifer Lawrence having less makeup for Mystique each film.
Yeah.
Stranger Things, the makeup for Vecna was taking like 8 hours.
Colin Farrell in The Penguin.
Yeah.
That took like ages, and like he was just like, oh, when are you gonna do more? And he just really doesn't want to, because he just doesn't want to wear all that makeup.
It's impeccable. Like, especially those like that style makeup.
Yeah,
is always incredible, but it takes a fucking while. I don't blame any actors who,
especially for like TV as well, where you got to do this like every day.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember what TV show it was, but it was a TV show where someone like had to be prosthetic up. Maybe one of the Star Trek ones, and they were genuinely just like, "This is the most exhausting thing I've ever done."
Yeah,
but I gotta give it to them to redesign the costume. Not completely, obviously, only the helmet after 8 episodes. For practicality's sake, it's just kind of nice to hear, because you can imagine a company being like, "No, we've made this. We're using this.
We're not spending any more of our £12 budget.
Exactly. We've got to save the money for the special effects.
Yeah, we need to save money for the close-ups of you.
Yeah.
Sprinting at the doing the Linkara run.
It is the Linkara run, isn't it? Talk about the filming. I might as well go over like all the production notes, and then we can talk about
the actual episode.
Yeah.
Which is just in the corner of my eye. I'll get to it in a sec.
So the pilot was mainly filmed in Vancouver, which is where Arrow is filmed. So just keep
everything's filmed in Vancouver.
Exactly. Grant Gustin described filming the action scenes as quite tedious compared to the fights in Arrow, because in Arrow, they had to learn the choreography and it was like do the stunt work, but in the Flash they had to film all the empty spaces to add them in post. And then he would have to like jump into frame, do some stuff, jump out of frame, and just repeat the process. And exactly, do all the goofy stuff without the effects. The music was done by Blake Neely, who did the music for Arrow. Yeah, they kept a lot.
Oh yeah, I just want to say I watched. What I usually do now is I watch the episode just without taking notes or anything, and then I watch it a second time. I usually speed it up a little bit. In this case, just because I had to come over here and like record, obviously. And I just want to say the funniest. Obviously, he's already running quickly. Yeah. So just having that just like exponential is quite funny. When you got that with the score?
Oh yeah, the fucking violence.
I was just like, oh my god, it's like a fucking casino. and I hit the fucking jackpot, baby.
That's just very funny.
So I like to think I'm watching it from the perspective of Barry Allen.
Yeah. I'm sure that, I was going to say, I'm sure that exists, but that would make it slow down, I guess, technically.
Actually, he thinks I guess watch him more from the perspective of someone who isn't Barry.
Yeah.
So it's just like, just done.
That sounds like torture to me. Like, super speed is like such a cool ability to have, but seeing things slowly, like, there's a bit in, I think, season 3 or 4 of The Flash where, like, he's talking to someone he doesn't really want to talk to, and he like goes into the Flash time and like just kind of wanders about for a minute, and like the voiceover, because voiceover stays in the Flash, unlike Arrow that drops it.
They're actually committed to it.
Yeah, and I remember the voiceover for him being like, "Time as a speedster is torture because every minute feels like an hour." And it's just like, yeah, that sounds like it's like trade-off. You get to do everything at super speed, but for you, it's not. For you, it's slow as fuck.
So does it not turn off for him? Or does he literally experience everything in?
I mean, pretty much. Like you see, like when his powers activate.
I know, but that looks like it was like switched on and switched off, sort of deal.
Oh well, yeah, he can turn it on and off. Okay. But like you can imagine,
like imagine like an actual speedster who doesn't control it. Literally, his entire life is at 200 times speed. So like
exactly,
that would genuinely be like. That's a science fiction horror story.
Yeah. I can imagine that would be a really interesting horror story if you are going faster than everyone else.
Yeah, so you just like completely alienated. It's like reverse Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah,
you're like you living in like beyond time, so you're not able to connect with anyone.
It reminds me of you haven't seen this episode, but there's an episode of Doctor Who where it's like a Capaldi episode when Bill was his companion, and they're on a spaceship. one at the end is closer to a black hole than the other, so time dilates, and Bill is stuck at the bottom, and she's watching like the doctor on a monitor, and the doctor is explaining to Missy like how the black hole thing works. And for the doctor, it takes like a minute. And for Bill, she's watching him for like a month. Just like slowly explain things while waiting to be rescued. It's funny, but it's also like tragic of just like that same sort of thing, having to experience time differently to everyone else.
I'm glad he doesn't have to go through that.
Thank fuck.
That sounds like a really cool concept.
Yeah. It's a really good episode of Doctor Who, but it's a very good concept to play with. Like I can imagine something very scary being written with that in mind.
I mean, it's an Interstellar. That's my favorite part of Interstellar.
I like that in Interstellar.
That whole side quest.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the bit I really do like in Interstellar. The sound design was done by Mark Camperell, who focused on elements of thunder, electricity, jets, fireballs, and various whooshes.
He did a very good job.
He did. So this episode was screened at San Diego Comic-Con, July 2014, and then later aired October 2014. I remember them releasing this episode ahead of time. So they, I can't remember if it just leaked or if they released it after an episode of Arrow, but I remember sitting down. This is like the only pilot I've ever remember sitting down and watching months before like the actual show started.
So you were like hyped.
Yeah, I got so excited, yeah. Because, that's quite common practice. I remember the Glee pilot was aired far in advance as well.
Yeah.
And Lost was also shown at a Comic-Con. But this is the only one I've ever experienced where it was like
that's kind of different. They're like
new
new properties, whereas like this is just kind of like we've had like a little taste of it.
Yeah, exactly. The Flash would go on for 9 seasons, 184 episodes, ending May 24th, 2023, which is way too recent for comfort.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I looked at that date and I was like, oh, what? Like, I guess it makes sense, technically.
This type of CW shows feels like it should have ended like...
Yeah, it's like when Superman and Lois ended like last year.
Yeah.
Because it like end of 2024.
Yeah.
It's just like, whoa, I didn't realize it was still going. Like, the Arrowverse went on like way longer than a lot of people realize.
Yeah.
Which is fair because, a lot of those shows were cancelled. It is also the most watched Arrowverse show.
I was going to say which one was like the most popular. I'm guessing this one.
Yeah, by a lot. The main numbers I saw people using to compare was the Netflix numbers for all the shows because they were all on Netflix in America. So it's in terms of watch hours. So The Flash had 311. That's so
fucking dumb.
I know it is, isn't it?
Fuck man, just say how many people watched it.
It's like fucking YouTube analytics where it's like your video has been watched 15 hours. And it's like, yeah, but how many people? Is it just one dude watching it over and over again?
Yeah, I'm a big fan. Yeah. Thanks, Aaron.
Thank you. He sleeps with it on.
Yeah. It's my goal to be sleep content.
Yeah. I've slept to our podcast before.
Have you?
I'm pretty sure I have.
Which one?
I think All Hail the King.
Okay.
But, it's because it's calmer.
Is it?
I don't know. I don't know, actually. It's hard to say. But yeah, The Flash had 311 million hours. And Arrow was second place.
I have no idea how to quantify that in my brain.
Just for comparison, Arrow had 159.7 million hours.
Okay.
So it was watched a lot more than all the others, and it was the most popular one by a lot. So
cool.
Very, very cool.
Do we have any other shows to compare it with?
Like in terms of Netflix?
Yeah.
I can probably find one. Let me have a look.
How many hours? Okay, this is going to be completely unfair. How many hours did the Stranger Things one, if they ever released that?
How many hours of Stranger Things?
We're going to have trillions of
watched
Stranger Things hours consumed.
Netflix users spent 325.6 million hours watching season 5 last week. So that is one season of Stranger Things.
In a week?
One season of Stranger Things is more than all of Flash.
Goddamn.
Yeah. Yeah, that was from not counting those who went to the movie theaters to watch the final episode.
The FNAF movie.
The FNAF movie. That's what they should have been watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
anyway, we're getting sidetracked.
Completely sick.
We can't find a way to bring up Stranger Things in every single.
It's just the most recent thing, isn't it? So, it's easy for us to compare.
Yeah. Is there a secret Flash episode? The secret good ending?
No.
That brings everything back together? No.
Unfortunately not, no. They went with a boring ending where it's just like, oh, he lives. It's like, no, I want him to be the lightning bolt. I want him to strike himself. I was really gunning for that ending.
Yeah.
Didn't do it. It's fair. This episode, which is just called Pilot, because there's a plane.
He pilots, and it gets struck by lightning.
It was directed by
I got a plane to catch. Bang!
That guy was
Who was piloting that?
His brother.
Why were they getting away on a plane?
I have no idea. But they chose the fucking worst night to do it.
So, why was he waiting for them?
I have no fucking idea.
Okay, whatever. He needed to be in a plane.
He needed to be in a plane because that's how the weather works.
Sure.
Yeah. I have the same thought on why is there a fucking massive skylight in Barry's office?
I know, that's leaking. It's like, dude, you have actual chemicals there.
You just have fucking vials of juice, no covers on them.
Yeah.
Just on the shelves.
So was it just the lightning bolt, or was it also the chemicals that also gave it?
In the comics, it's one interpretation in the comics, it's the chemicals as well. In the commentary, they said they were basically they just kind of to add a cool visual thing and kind of as a reference, but in the show, no, it's just the lightning gives him the powers.
Oh yeah, you watched the commentary on this one. Was it any good?
It was really good actually.
Who was
I'll
on
give it to them. It was the creators of this one, so Greg Berlanti and Andrew Kreisberg, who worked on Arrow, and Jeff Johns, who didn't work on Arrow. He worked on Flash, and I think then went on to work on Supergirl, and he did lots of the Flash comics for New 52 and stuff. He was a big fan of Barry Allen's Flash, and he was actually the one who brought Barry Allen back after 25 years after he died in Crisis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Because after that, I think it was Wally West for a while. The different versions of the Flash, not Barry Allen specifically.
I know Wally West.
Yeah. So the teleplay
Wait. Wally West.
Flip it around.
Flip it around.
Madam Marvel.
Madam
Flip it around. Wally West.
There we go.
There we go. Get it work. The teleplay was by Kreisberg and Johns. In October 7th of 2014, or October 27th in the UK.
Yeah.
So we didn't get it that much later. I did used to pirate these so I could watch along with America, because I used to obviously not want to wait 2 weeks.
Don't you know that's illegal?
I don't give a shit.
Holy fuck.
It was on fucking Sky or something.
I know.
Didn't have Sky. It had a dodgy box. I don't like using the dodgy box because it's slow as fuck and it's really horrible.
Yeah.
The viewership, it had 4.8 million viewers.
That's the average Arrow episode.
Yeah. Well, Arrow had for the pilot.
Similar ones, isn't it?
Yeah, it was
because I saw it was the second most popular CW pilot.
4.14 million. Yeah, because Arrow overtook Vampire Diaries, which was the previously most popular one, and then Flash overtook Arrow.
Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go, Meg, if you're listening.
So,
listen to our Vampire Diaries episode, I guess.
Yeah, shout out to our Vampire Diaries episode. So, at least watch episode, because I guess people just don't like Vampire Diaries that much.
No,
it's a girls' show.
Well, yeah, because I'm guessing our audience is predominantly male.
Which is cool.
No, it isn't.
All right. I'm trying to gas up the guys.
Oh, okay.
There's a bunch of quirked up white boys.
In checkered shirts and cardigans.
Yeah.
All right.
There we go. That's all the production shit. Now we can actually just talk about the episode.
That's cool.
Grant Gustin's in it. He was in Glee.
Which one's Grant Gustin?
He's the Flash.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I have the memory of a goldfish.
No, it's fine.
I know there was a guy called Grant.
Yeah, he's the Flash. Grant Gustin.
Grant Gustin.
Yeah.
That's kind of a superhero name.
Yeah, it is. So they got alliteration.
Yeah, it's got alliteration. Who's he in Glee?
He was a character called Sebastian Smythe. He's a...
Sebastian Smythe.
Yeah, that's a fucking superhero name, isn't it? Well, supervillain name. He was a bad guy in Glee.
Wally West.
Grant Gustin.
Sebastian
Smythe. He was in the Warblers after Blaine left, and he hated Kurt and wanted to go out with Blaine, and he threw a slushie at Blaine with rocks in it, and it blinded him because Darren Criss had to be written off the show for a few weeks. So he
could do Flash.
No. So he could do a Broadway show or something.
Oh.
Darren Criss would go on to be not in Flash, I think, in Supergirl, because Supergirl was also in Glee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they had them when Flash and Supergirl have a crossover musical episode.
Actually?
Yeah.
That's insane.
I know. I've not watched it. It's probably fun enough. Maybe I'll watch it before next week.
Yeah, I think you should. I think
should,
somebody needs to be a witness to this. Someone needs to keep an eye on it, otherwise it disappears.
Yeah. But yeah, we got Grant Gustin as
Yeah.
Barry Allen.
Yeah.
On the DVD. The DVD extras for this was incredible.
Did they do
so
a bunch
much
of
stuff.
behind the scenes stuff?
Yeah. They had two whole documentaries, one on the visual effects and one on just the history of the Flash and how they brought like the character to life. And they also had the screen tests that Grant Gustin did for Arrow and the chemistry reads he had with other actors. And it's just so funny to see like...
About that early stage?
Yeah. You kind of got to give it to actors. Yeah, it's like a parody of anything, of like scripts, like some of the stuff he says.
Really?
Like,
I guess if you could say him in that context and it worked, do you think it worked?
I think it worked.
On the screen, could you see the charisma they use? Like,
yeah. It's more the dialogue they give him, which like is saying something considering the dialogue in the show itself is quite.
The only
cheesy.
other one I've seen like screen test for was like Breaking Bad, and you could see like right away, it's just like, oh shit, they got it.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm guessing they didn't feature any other screen tests on there.
No, so
I think that'd be a good idea. I think they should like throw like 6 other guys that they were considering casting, and then you can kind of see just like, oh, I could
imagine like the only claim to fame is you were on the Flash DVD extras as an example of a bad screen test.
Well, it's not necessarily a bad screen test. You just won't like as. Like,
no, I think they should. It's like the Olympics when people say they should put one normal guy.
Oh yeah,
in
they
the
should put like someone who's fucking.
Yeah, they should put like one terrible actor in a screen test just to show us like a comparison.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but what did you think of this episode?
I mean, I kind of hate it. I prefer it to the Arrow one.
Yeah.
There's like less going on, less characters.
I feel like I can't remember if you said this in this recording or in the last one, but it definitely feels like they've learned from what they wrote with Arrow.
Yeah.
And they kind of understood what they were going to do ahead of time. Whereas Arrow was that more typical TV pilot where they started writing it, and then as the show went on, they kind of realized they wanted to ditch a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
So in the first episode,
in the Arrow one, they were definitely throwing everything at the wall.
Yeah.
And just like, oh, we'll figure
it out. Yeah. Whereas in this one, they clearly had the idea of, okay, we've got to set up the Flash storyline, but then also we want to do a villain of the week.
Sure.
And like Barry learns something.
Yeah. And there's still like some fun scenes sprinkled in.
Yeah.
Whereas like Arrow, I feel so you're just going so fast.
Arrow is just plot, whereas this has like character beats, I think.
Yeah.
Like there are scenes in this that don't necessarily advance the plot, but instead give like little character arcs.
Yeah.
To like side characters.
Or at least like so much so you're not thinking like, oh, every scene is forwarding this plot.
Yeah. You're not always learning new information. You're just spending time with people.
Yeah.
So, no, I agree with that. I think this is the better episode if we're directly comparing them.
Yeah.
It was interesting seeing the similarities between them though, like how they both started with the narration.
And then like their origin more or less.
Yeah, this has like flashbacks, kind of like how Arrow would, which makes sense, but I'm
guessing it doesn't cut like. Obviously, he doesn't have an island that he's on.
No.
You can constantly cut back to and have like future story stuff.
No, exactly. So,
like in season 5, it's just like I remember when I was a kid, my mom died again.
I mean, I think
like Barry, get over it.
I think that night there were like 3 different versions of Barry there. I don't know. It's fucking complicated. But well, speaking of that, like origin, that whole backstory from like Barry's mother being killed was only a recent addition to like the Flash lore. I think Jeff Johns' comics run was the one thing that introduced.
So is it the same one that the Flash movie is based on? Because they're like the same.
Yeah, it's the one that like led to like Flashpoint Paradox, a lot of the famous Flash stories, and how it kind of tied into the fact of like a lot of people's understanding of the Flash, kind of like how Batman's parents are dead, is like the Flash's mother is dead.
Yeah,
that's kind of like their catalyst.
And his dad was blamed.
Yeah, in this version, his dad was blamed.
And like, my dad didn't do it. You're insane.
You're insane.
Like, damn man.
That's I know obviously where these characters go. That's maybe a criticism I would give to this episode. Maybe I don't even know if this is a criticism.
Your dad is a killer.
Yeah, it's just like
your father's the killer.
Your father's the butcher. It's just you're getting a very stripped back version of these characters, and some are very much the way they would be for the rest of the show, and some are like weirdly different.
Yeah.
Mainly Joe and Iris West.
Yeah.
Joe is a very loving father figure to Barry.
Yeah.
And yet in this episode, they seem like very on edge around each other.
Yeah.
He seems quite like... He seems like... I feel like maybe I'll get your perspective on this, seeing as you hadn't watched it. I don't feel like they really explained well the situation between Barry and Iris.
He's like an adopted father.
Yeah, after Barry's dad got arrested, he adopted him.
Like straight up?
Pretty
like
much,
they lived together?
Yeah,
okay.
Like he raised him for the rest of his childhood.
There was like hints in it. Like, I'm glad I started rewatching the episodes because it makes me realize how much I missed the first time. But like with this, the first time I watched it, a lot of that went over my head.
Yeah.
What's the girl's name?
Iris.
Iris, yeah. She says like, oh, like we grew up together, but that could mean like, oh, we're just close friends.
Because like there is a line about how when Joe is like standing over Barry's mother's body, he says like, oh, he's my daughter's friend. So like they were friends before the murder happened.
Yeah.
But it was a bit weird. It did feel like maybe this is just character development that hasn't happened yet. But I feel like the idea of Joe West in my head from the rest of the show is like a very loving figure who sees Barry as a son. I
can see the hint of it. Like, there's definitely a story arc within here where he's just like, he doesn't, not trust, he doubts like his like perception of things because obviously he saw his mum explode.
Yeah, I guess if you spent your whole like, oh, I adopted this boy, and all he talks about is the fact that his mother was like attacked by a lightning bolt in his house.
Yeah, he's just gonna be like, but it did lead to that one too, which I did find kind of funny. Where we're just like, don't take her out. Your father's a murderer.
Your father's a murderer.
It's like, all right, man. Jesus.
They said they did multiple takes of that scene and weren't really sure on the emotion to hit, and.
I think it missed a bit. I think it's a bit over.
Because he's very angry, but also he looks like he's about to cry. He's very teary-eyed.
Yeah, no, I can understand that.
Also, I do find that scene very funny when it's like Barry is like, it's the guy who died. It's the guy who dies in the plane crash, Weather Wizard or whatever his real name is.
He controls the weather.
He controls the weather, and he's like, that's impossible. That can't happen. Barry storms off, and then the pretty boy comes up and is like, here's the drawing. It's him.
It's him, all right.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
It's like, it could be anyone.
When I rewatched that scene, I noticed, which I never considered, like, actors who leave scenes do have to leave the frame.
Yeah.
But you could see Iris running off in the background. Like, I'm wondering, like, where's she running to?
Home.
Where's she going? Just away. Fair
enough. Honestly, I wish I could just walk off screen. It would make some conversations so easy. But I want to cut back to the beginning. Like, obviously, you have, like, the intro. Then you get the forensic scene where he has Sherlock powers.
He does have Sherlock powers.
Does this ever come back?
No. The idea was, they said in the commentary, was that you would see him using those powers in like that ability, visualizing things in flash time. So like imagine in the tornado, he was like, you could see him like doing the calculations in his head.
Yeah.
Because it's a part of Barry Allen's character that he's incredibly smart without the powers.
Yeah.
And they were just like, that's too much. There's too much going on.
I'm guessing this was like peak Sherlock era, and they're just like, we need to incorporate this like autism level like genius visually.
They said that like they wanted these scenes to be visually interesting, but honestly, they don't really do much CSI stuff anyway.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Barry is a CSI person, but it's not something that gets focused on.
Yeah.
It's not like what you would maybe expect where Barry's investigating something in his job, and then that happens to be a superhero thing.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like how he knows stuff.
Mm.
That makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, it is kind of funny.
Considering like how much that sort of visual language in TV has been criticized to death now, just going back and seeing like it being used for one scene.
Never again.
Never again. So maybe in a way it was for the greater good.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say so. But yeah, we get introduced to adult Barry through his main character trait, that he's always late.
Which is like funny, it's ironic.
Yeah, it is ironic.
He's so quick.
I do really like just the general take on the Flash is that how does he hide a secret identity? Oh, he's always late to things, so people would never assume. Yeah,
he's a clumsy dingus.
Yeah, people would never think he was a superhero. He's too silly.
Yeah.
I did like the line though where it was like, your excuse last time was that you had car troubles.
Yeah.
I do not own a car.
Like, same here, man.
Yeah. I think good on him. Just lie. Yeah. Lie through your teeth. Fuck it.
I do like his performance in this.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You like Grant Gustin?
Yeah.
I think he's a good heart for the show. I think
he doesn't like... Like a lot of whenever like there's like a quirky character, a lot of time, a lot of people tend to take it a bit too far, and I think there's like a good middle ground.
Yeah, I feel like they give him just enough heart with like the tragic backstory aspect of things as well, and emotions that don't go too overboard. So, like for example, when he like crashes the car, and then another guy dies because of it, you can imagine
another guy dies.
Yeah,
another guy dies.
Yeah, the car like drives over it, explodes. But just episode twice, so they covering him up, and that's why Barry runs to Oliver, and he's like, "I fucked up."
Oh, right. I'm confused now from the beginning of the episode when they do that thing again. Did they?
Yeah, yeah. Shit, so when Weatherwizard is in the car, and like
to be fair,
Barry flips it, and then another car, which probably could have stopped, crashes into it and explodes.
Oh, okay. So he's a killer. He's got a body count, right?
Yeah. So when he's like complains to like the Star Labs people about, oh, you didn't tell me there were other people with powers. He's angry, but it doesn't go overboard for me.
Yeah.
Which I think helps, because I feel like when you do a thing, which a lot of superhero stories do, where it's like, I broke the code, like Spider-Man when he beats up the guy who killed Uncle Ben, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, I crossed the line. I feel like it can go quickly into melodrama.
Yeah, no, I agree. So when they Glazer, yeah, kind of
when they don't focus on it too much.
They gloss over these things. Yeah. It's kind of just like, okay, cool.
Yeah,
we don't have to do that.
Yeah, beat. Like the emotion is there, we get it, but like we're not gonna harp on it too much, But
then we get introduced to Iris.
Iris is unfortunately, especially the actress, Candice Patton, I think her name is, was unfortunately for years on the receiving end of internet boys' vitriol.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
People look at, frankly, less so in this episode because she's still early days. Frankly, because she just becomes a confident, smart black woman in a superhero TV show.
Okay, it's good to know. Nerds have always been just a massive piece of shit.
Yeah, so. I can understand some criticisms of her writing.
I would say she's not the best written character in this one.
No.
But there's certain lines of dialogue that did make me go...
I feel like it's kind of like the same issue with Laurel. Where...
But I wouldn't blame her. Why the fuck would you blame her for that? She's an actor.
Well, the thing is, especially is like, because later on, when she finds out like Barry is the Flash, she's like heavily involved in the superhero side of things. And there's like, Barry like often says like Iris is like one of his main motivations for like remaining the Flash as the series goes on. And there's like a very infamous line where like one of them says like, "Oh, we are the Flash," like that, like together, because like he's the one with powers, but he can't do it by himself because he's got his crew.
Mm-hmm.
And people meme on that line a fuck ton of just like Iris's overimportance when she doesn't do anything, and it's like, well, no, she does. She's like his emotional heart, but. I don't feel that strongly towards Iris as a character, especially in this episode. I think she's just kind of there to be a love interest for Barry and then get with the other guy.
She's got a dissertation.
She's a student.
She's a student. Did she have a...
Well, she becomes a journalist, so I think so.
What's she doing a dissertation on?
I don't know. Something to do with journalism.
Journaling. Sure, why not?
But yeah.
It comes back. Her laptop gets stolen.
Yeah, it does. And that's why he wasn't at the particle accelerator reveal. Hopefully. I know particle accelerators are real things. I still don't quite understand what they do.
They accelerate particles.
Yeah, but like why? I know he explained it as well. I just don't get it.
So here's a dot.
Yeah.
This is our knowledge.
Yeah, this is everything we've ever learned.
And like, if we learn about particle accelerators, it expands like twerking.
Oh yeah, I fucking hated that line. I can see what they're trying to do, but it's just any dated reference like that.
Is it better or worse than the Twilight reference in Arrow?
That's weird, because the Twilight reference in Arrow is like, I can imagine a douchey guy.
Yeah, it's like a cultural thing where it's just like, what's Twilight? That's a good line.
And also, like, Tommy Oliver is not Tommy Oliver, that's his name. Tommy and Oliver are like, they're like douchey white guys, kind of cocky. So it's like, oh, Twilight, you're better off not knowing. That's the kind of thing a guy would say at the time. Having giving the line, oh, like twerking to a black woman.
Yeah.
I don't know, it just hits different knowing 3 white guys wrote this.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
It's like, what would she be thinking of? But yeah,
they go to the well, I guess they go for a couple minutes, but then it gets like he gets beat up by a random guy and he just leaves.
Yeah. So I don't know. So this is they decide then. Did you watch the Flash clip, the Arrow clip I sent?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in
It's
the
like the
Arrow
same,
clip,
isn't it?
it's almost exactly the same, except you don't see the phone call to Felicity. And in the phone call in Arrow that happens just before that scene starts in the Flash, he says like, "Oh, he missed the doors closing." So I assume what happened is they chased after. They were there to watch like the accelerator get turned on, and then they chased the robber. And by the time they got back, they had already shut the doors. Like, you know how if you were going to see a concert or something.
So was Iris there, or did she not go as well?
I guess they both just left.
Right.
Because they went to the police station, didn't they, to report the burglary or something? Because that's why he was at his office. I know, it's a lot of convoluted events. They needed him to be in that room because that's where he was in Arrow when he got struck by lightning.
Yeah.
But the idea was I guess
they wanted to show what's Reverse Flash is guy before he's
Harrison Wells. Yeah.
They wanted to show him having a speech and not in a wheelchair.
They were so that when he was in a wheelchair, we'd be like, whoa.
Yeah.
The writers said that the whole reason they included like the stuff like the robbery, like her bag being stolen,
show how weak he is.
Yeah, to show how weak he is, but also they wanted to like give him like a really bad day where like
bad.
Honestly, it wasn't as bad as they made it sound. Yeah. But it's just like not only is he just been, they didn't say this. He basically just been friend zoned.
Yeah, he did.
So he got friend zoned.
Well, he's the one who was just like, he was about to ask her out. It's just like, you know how we're best friends?
You know how
the fuck do you start with that? And then she just like, yeah, brother and sister.
I know. This has always been a very contentious point in this version of this story, of the fact that they grew up together and like, I know then it's like, oh, they're not biologically related. They're not even step siblings. It's like, yeah, but Barry sees Joe as a dad figure. There's even a line later. So Wally West is in this version. Wally West is her half brother.
Yeah.
So it's like when Wally gets introduced, there's a line. It's like a funny line where Barry forgets who he is, and he's speaking to Wally, and it's like, how do we know each other?
Mm.
And Wally even says, "Oh, I'm your brother." So if Wally sees Barry as his brother and Barry sees Joe as his dad, but
it's
then
incest.
Yeah, it's it is like I don't.
Garen, this is for you. Every show has incest if you look hard enough.
Yeah, we can make it work.
Yeah,
I think that in this case though, it is weird. Like if you knew Barry Allen,
I think it's better than.
Like if you,
I think this is better than in Arrow, but they are related and they just have really good chemistry.
I guess, yeah. I guess. For me though, it's like if this was a real world and we knew Barry Allen and Iris West and we're like, oh, they grew up together, they're basically brother and sister, and then you found out they were dating.
It's a little weird, but it's nothing criminal.
I guess, yeah. It's nothing. It's like, who are we to judge?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the guy has no riz.
No, he's got like negative riz.
And sadly, the lightning doesn't give him riz afterwards.
The lightning gave me riz?
The lightning gave me riz.
Yeah. But yeah, he gets friend zoned, he gets mugged, gets beat up by a mugger, who was a stunt actor who works on Arrow. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And then
he gets stopped by his cucker. By the cucker?
Oh yeah, the cop guy.
Yeah.
Eddie Thorne.
Yeah.
Who, if you're a fan of Flash, you'd know that name.
Okay.
The Reverse Flash's real name is Eobard Thorne.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, yeah, it's close.
Yeah, and he's just like, oh, you're not something to do with faster than a bullet. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I kind of, yeah.
It's another speed pun.
Oh yeah, he's like, you're not faster than a bullet or something.
Yeah, it's just like,
yeah, he will be soon. Though.
Well,
not him. No. Did he need to like draw a gun? I guess that's American. Is this show kind of propaganda?
A little bit. I mean, they all are.
Yeah, I guess. But then, like, I guess that's just superheroes in general, though, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
vigilantism. Yeah. Just like this one especially because like they're all cops.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, Barry does work with the CSI.
Yeah.
Bum,
What do you
say?
CSI?
I'm trying to think. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I'm not sure.
But then he gets struck by lightning, and he gets the powers.
He gets struck by lightning.
And what's Iris's dad's name?
Joe.
Joe.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, share name.
His buddy gets the ship pen buddy gets shot in the neck.
Yeah.
It's also like, wait, what? I wrote down.
Yeah, because he said it. He had a really interesting accent as well.
Yeah. His last words were, "What the hell?" It's like, damn, man.
Yeah.
That's how I want to go.
Oh, getting shot in the neck, though.
Yeah, literally, just like, I gotta play the catch. What the hell? Dead. It's the end, man.
Oh. But then
everything goes down. Is this like a Smallville? Okay, one of the few things I know about Smallville is that kryptonite gives people powers. For some reason. Something like that.
Oh, okay.
And that's how they get their monster of the week.
Okay, so yeah, the Flash has to have a cataclysmic event happen at the end or start of every season to introduce new metahumans.
Yeah.
So season 1's is the particle cell accelerator exploding. So every villain that gets introduced in this season, it's like you see them, usually I think at the start of the episode, you see them where they were at the time of the explosion, which I think is an interesting setup. But by the time you get to like season 3 and 4, where like every season starts with like a new thing happening that creates more, it gets to a point where it's like there's more metahumans than normal people in this city. Yeah. But yeah, so every villain
it's got the same structure, basically.
Yeah, it's got the structure.
But then we get to the fun part of the story, which is
the power discovery.
Yeah, the power discovery, which is like always like a lot of people's favorite part of like any sort of superhero origin story.
And we meet what is like essentially Team Flash as well. We meet Cisco and Caitlin.
Yeah, Caitlin, girl iPad.
A girl with the iPad who's like, piss in this cup.
I need your piss.
I like
bring me your piss.
I do like her energy when he wakes up and she's like holding him down, shining.
I know, this should like him the fuck up.
Pee in this cup. Grabbing him, fucking, he's got his shirt off, he's grabbing him.
Yeah. Just like, open your eyes. I need your piss.
I need your piss. Pee in this cup.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I recognize the actress from Spy High. Did you ever watch that? It's a Disney film, I think. No, not Spy High.
Sky High?
Sky High.
Sky High?
Yeah,
is she in Sky High?
She's in Sky High.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Who is she in Sky High?
She's just one of the girls with powers.
Right,
she's like the main love interest, I think.
Oh, okay.
But, she was like a teenager at the time.
I haven't seen that in years.
Yeah. We'll watch it again eventually.
Yeah.
Is it a decom?
No.
Oh, damn. Fair.
It was released in theaters.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I saw it in cinemas.
Did you? Oh.
Maybe.
That's cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. The guy who plays Cisco, Carlos... Let me find his last name. I don't know why I put my pad away. I need this. Where is it? Carlos Valdez. His first time acting on camera was in the one scene he had in Arrow. So this is like his first proper acting role.
Oh, okay. He's the quirked up friend.
He's the quirked up Latino boy.
To counterbalance the iPad girl and quirked up white boy energy.
And then the guy in
the
wheelchair man.
Yeah, Professor Xavier.
Yeah.
Of it all.
The wheelchair.
But he's faking it.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
Which is really problematic.
Yeah. This is like, come on, guy. It's fine that you like killed God knows how many people.
Yeah. But faking being... It's like how do we show that Barry's not the Flash, make him late for everything? He can't be the reverse Flash. He's the
same bullshit. We should do a Flash who's in a wheelchair. Just imagine.
Just going super fucking fast. That'd be pretty... I mean, I guess the super speed would still work.
Could you imagine how much the conservatives would kick off? Just like, they put the Flash in the wheelchair. What's next?
Well, it's like Spider-Man with crutches, I think. Is
that real?
Yeah. I think she was in... I can't remember if she or he, but they were in Spider-Verse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Produce.
There's also like a horse one, I think, or something. I don't know.
We got the classic line, lightning gave me abs. I remember you saying that about...
Yeah, that became a big meme of like, Peter Parker, Spider Bite gave me abs, or like that sort of thing of like superhero origins making them ripped. Barry, canonically though, it's because I'll be like, it's canon reasons though, but like genuinely the whole thing of like Barry's metabolism moves like faster than the normal, so he has to eat like 30,000 calories a day. He can't like do things normally. He can't process alcohol, so it kind of makes sense of just like rather than Oliver getting shredded on the island, Yes, it makes more sense of like, okay, his body's just kind of burning through things. He was
gone for 9 months. He's reborn.
He was 9 months. A lot can happen. Love a time skip.
Yeah. You can really tell the difference between them.
Yeah. Just gonna say.
But then, I guess, we get the Grood.
The Grood. Gorilla Grood.
Yeah, I know of Grood.
Yeah.
Grodd.
It's Grodd.
Okay.
Interesting thing from the commentary of that is they really fought to keep that cage shot in.
Yeah.
The studio really wanted to cut it.
I understand why, because that looks dumb as shit. Why would you have that there?
Well, the whole idea is like Grodd eventually gets introduced, and then like, oh, they were like, he was a monkey they were testing shit on and stuff. But the studio's main issue was, if they show it in the first episode, people will be expecting it, and they didn't want to commit to having to do the CGI monkey.
Yeah, that's fair.
But they would do Grodd.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah, it looks like a CGI monkey. Looks as good as TV probably could do at the time.
Yeah, but then we get the cool running scenes.
We do. We get his training scene.
Yeah, after his second cucking scene.
Oh yeah, he goes and it's like Iris is like faking. The West family loves lying, because she's like pretending to hate Eddie Thorne so that her dad doesn't know that they're dating.
Yeah,
and then Barry's like being a voyeur, watching them from afar.
Yeah, yeah, it's like quite uncomfortable.
It's another thing with this. Like, I guess it's just any show setting a city where it's like, damn, he really was in the exact place to see them kiss at that exact moment. But yeah, she's like, don't tell our dad.
Okay, when you say it like that, it just sounds like a porno.
Yeah. But yeah, we get to see his first like proto superhero scene.
Yeah.
He's in the fucking red spandex.
Yeah. That was a cute scene.
Yeah, I like his helmet.
Except that one bit where what's her name? Is it Nicole? The girl,
Caitlin.
We she just like, you should smile more. Then she just unloads on him.
To be fair, in her circumstance,
I agree.
Yeah,
they're like just roasting to him.
Yeah,
like he has no right to be like, you should smile more, which I know he didn't say directly.
He kind of did that.
He kind of did.
I think the exact line was something like, "I noticed you don't smile much,"
yeah.
which is still not appropriate to say.
And then she's just like, "Yeah, my life's over."
Yeah, my fiance died in that explosion.
We should make an edit where she just has like Subway Surfers on her iPad or something.
She's not doing anything.
Yeah. I know you haven't seen Smiling Friends, but there is a character who's just constantly on an iPad.
Is it?
Yeah, it's got a similar vibe.
Oh, that's fair. I want to watch Smiling Friends.
We'll get to it
mainly for FOMO.
Yeah, we'll get to it when we do like adult animation. Yeah.
Speaking of Caitlin's boyfriend, though, so originally he was meant to be included in this episode.
Caitlin has a boyfriend?
Well, no, her fiance that died.
Oh.
He was meant to be included in the scene where like you see them at the start before the accelerator goes off, but they decided to. It was something to do with, he gets like, you see scenes of him later, and I think they hadn't fully decided what to do yet with him, so they just kind of like, better to not do it, which is good.
Oh well, did they want to make him like a villain or something?
Kind of. I guess he's like he does come back. But I guess there was one of those things where they were like, we don't need it in this episode.
90% chance of someone going out with a girl character who's connected to Barry, they're going to turn out to be a villain or something.
Pretty much. I mean, it's like one of those shows where it's like, eventually all of these people are going to have powers and shit.
Yeah.
So, I think the only person who doesn't get powers is like Iris and Joe. But it's nice to hear just writers saying like, oh yeah, we decided we didn't have to include that.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, thank God they held back a little bit. But just to point out, the place they're running is called Ferris Air, which is a reference to Green Lantern, a character that would never appear in the Arrowverse. There's references to him, but he never actually appears.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think of like this running scene? Like the first time we fully see like.
So like
his
the
powers.
one where he's like, he comes out. It's after the coffee scene where he first
he like
and his
stuff
hand,
slows
and his
down.
joking hand starts like vibrating like crazy. I thought the effect, sometimes the effect looks pretty good when it goes to his point of view and like everyone slows down.
Yeah,
I think that looks okay.
Yeah.
When it comes to like him sprinting and there's a close up and like an extreme close up and it's like, ugh, I think it looks kind of goofy.
That's fair. I think that it looks best when it's like, when it's just more in motion, if that makes sense, like side on. I watched some different like scenes from future episodes where they do really interesting things with like the camera to show the speed.
Yeah,
they're like, I think are very effective.
I with like this thing sort of like concept.
Yeah,
it's gonna be kind of difficult, especially when it's like the pilot and like you got to consider budget and like how you're gonna portray it later on.
Yeah,
I can imagine they want to be more conservative with like how they want to portray it.
Yeah,
so I can kind of understand, but for the most part, I think it looks okay.
Yeah, I think it looks alright. I like when they do interesting things with it. Like there's that one shot where during the training scene where he's running and like he kind of jumps and then you see his silhouette more for a second.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
And like they're trying to do interesting things with the visuals where they can. But yeah, I think the cracks show up most when it's like head on.
And like it especially doesn't work when it's trying to do an emotional beat, like when he's running away, like going to go see fucking Arrow, which I'll get to in a sec.
Yeah,
but it's like he's like, and then it's just like, okay, this is going into full on goofy territory.
It is really funny though to picture Grant Gustin in front of a green screen just running. Have you ever seen the behind the scenes of green screen clip of him? Because obviously you've seen clips where it shows like.
I've seen
him and Supergirl.
I've seen that famous one. Now
yeah. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, this is a blooper, I will say, but it's still really funny. It's very funny, isn't it? But you can see how like the struggle with filming it when they are just running on the spot.
Okay, he's really funny.
Yeah, I think Grant Gustin is a very funny person. But yes, so
the training, that's very cool. We obviously had was there any thoughts on the cloud guy? He's kind of mugging in his mugshot. That looks kind of cool.
Oh yeah, he's like mugging. He goes to rob a bank, and the woman's like, "This is a robbery. Is this a joke?
Is this a joke?"
And then he brings clouds.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
I guess. No, that's dumb as shit.
The Weather Wizard is just like storm, but really shit.
Again, I understand with like you doing a villain of the week, and on the first episode, you kind of don't want to spend like your best ones. Like you maybe want to pick like a C tier like villain or something.
Yeah,
just enough to like get you on board with the concept, but still like, being intriguing enough. I don't think this is a C tier villain. This is like an E.
I think they came up with the idea of what's a good way to showcase the use of speed as an ability. And they were like unraveling a tornado.
Sure.
And they were like, what villain can make a tornado?
Yeah, I like even at the end when he does that, it doesn't kill. I thought it killed him.
No.
No, he gets up and he just has a gun.
Yeah, and then he gets shot and dies. So.
Well, he's still just human. He's a god.
Why do gods need to rob banks?
Insane line.
Yeah.
You're right. I'll destroy everything.
Yeah, his motivation is very
Yeah, it's kind of like whatever.
Yeah,
it's just like just more of a showcase for what Barry can do.
Yeah, exactly, and like the structure of the show, of we're gonna have one of these every week.
Yeah, but yeah, when he first meets Cloudman, busts in his car, goes wrong. Apparently, they have that argument.
Yeah,
which is like your dad is
your father is the butcher.
Yeah, and he's like no. Then he runs away.
He does run away. Where does he run?
I forgot the name of the city.
It's Starling City.
Sure, whatever.
Where Arrow lives.
I know!
Were you kind of excited to see Arrow?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you expect him to be in this?
No.
Yeah, that's fair.
He acts slightly different than I remember, but also... Because in the beginning...
2 seasons have happened, so...
Yeah, exactly. I watched one episode of Arrow.
Yeah.
And in it, he was recovering from PTSD and was like murdering left, right, and center. So it's kind of strange seeing him being like, oh, all right.
It's pretty set of like by this point Oliver is still very begrudging towards a lot of like being a hero. He's still a vigilante, but Barry is like the one person who kind of brings him out of his shell a little bit. Like they obviously because they were the first to introduce, they get a lot of stuff together. Yeah, I like the bit where
they're really pretty together. I want them to like kiss. Yeah, I want them to kiss.
I really like the bit where they admire each other separately. Like when he slides off and he says,
just
cool.
Like me. Yeah. They should just get together and just like make out sometimes.
We're just like shipping everyone in this show. Oh, there's definitely like ships for them though.
I'm not shipping him and Iris. I think they should be siblings.
Yeah. Have you ever seen there was a crossover. There was before Crisis there was a thing called Elseworlds, which was a crossover where they flipped. So Barry was the Green Arrow and Stephen Amell was the Flash.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever seen Stephen Amell in the Flash suit? Looks very funny.
Does he have a beard?
Yeah.
Is that what was in the poster for IMDb?
Is it?
It might be.
This like the one him?
Yeah, that's the one that's on IMDb, and I was just like, wait, when the fuck does he get a beard?
Is it? What's that? Let me just just for the Flash.
For the Flash and Arrow.
IMDb. Yeah, it is. Why have they chosen that one?
I don't know. I was just thinking like, oh, does he grow a beard in the show?
No, because you can see that Barry is the Green Arrow. Yeah.
He's like more covered up.
Yeah. That's such a weird choice.
It's for both of them as well.
Yeah. Like, why would you do a crossover poster, especially one with it switched around? Oh, interesting choice. Yeah. But I kind of like what they tried to do, where they were like, oh, the narration we've been hearing is Barry telling Oliver what's been happening.
Is that?
Yeah, but like it doesn't really make
that did not come across to me at all.
Yeah, because he's like, now you know. But it's like, oh, so he's just been stood there like explaining everything to him this whole time.
But it was nice. He was just like, the lightning chose you.
Yeah. I think
you are meant to be struck.
Barry, I think the lightning that hit you was you from the future.
Like, let me cook.
Let me cook, yeah. I think there'll be a crisis, and you're going to have to run so fucking fast.
It'll be so cool.
Yeah, it'll be very cool.
Imagine the crossovers. Why does he change his voice?
Like I don't know, Batman thing.
I guess.
It's just like, I gotta know.
That was noticeable, right?
Yeah.
Does he do that
It's
on
a
the
choice,
show?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you do it in front of him?
I don't know, actually. That's true, because he knows who he is.
Yeah.
He was just like, look what I can do.
I got the mask on. No, because he's just like, Barry, I really care for you. All right, now I got the mask on.
I gotta do the voice.
There's no choice but that.
They got a grappling hook arrow.
Is that not a normal thing?
I mean, it is, but I think it looks stupid.
I know, why he didn't even fire it before he jumped off. He was just like, God damn, the confidence at that point.
It'd be really funny if he just hit the floor.
Oh,
Yeah.
Have you seen the other guys?
What other guys?
The movie.
Oh, no, I haven't.
No, there's a really funny scene where they just...
What?
No, I'll show you later.
Okay.
It's like explaining a visual gag.
Okay, that's fair. You should really, yeah, that's fine. Right.
But yeah, that's the little push he needs to go back and sort shit out. He gets his costume. He
does. He gets a costume with no emblem. He doesn't have the lightning bolt.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think of the fucking reason for the costume where it's like, this is firefighter's uniform?
Is that what he said?
Yeah, because it's like, that's why it's fireproof. And that's why it's got like a gas mask on it at the start.
Yeah, he just tosses that like right away, doesn't he?
Yeah. So that's their reason for it being like, that's what they were designing it for.
I've never seen a firefighter wear that. But
no. Well, I think the idea is like, firefighter uniforms are usually very bulky. So they were trying to design something that would be easier to carry, like wear.
Yeah.
But I don't really think they needed to explain that. I think they could have just been like, we made a costume for you.
Yeah. No, because this is like down to earth. This is realistic now.
Yeah. What do you think of the costume?
Yeah, it's fine. It does the job.
It does the job. I like later versions of the show's costumes.
I sent you the photo of the 90s
Flash
one. And just seeing, it is kind of night and day a little bit.
Yeah.
Not saying, okay, Oliver does look goofy.
Yeah.
He is wearing a jock strap.
Well, the thing is, the Flash, like, he gets different costumes each season, like, it's just a slight upgrade. For me, the main thing I don't really like about this version of the costume is just the shade of red.
Yeah.
When you see later seasons, it's like, it's more burgundy.
Yeah.
Like, it's very dark. Which, is, I guess, makes sense. With the whole, it's groundedness.
Yeah, you don't want it to be, like, super bright. It would stand out a bit too much.
And there are versions of the costume, like, later on where I'm just like, oh, that's too much. Like, season 2, they give him, like, the white emblem and a bit more gold, and it's like, okay, so, like, a little bit of a middle ground. But then there's, like, that's a very bright one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it's controversial. Actually, I don't like Ezra Miller's take on the character, but I do quite like the costume.
I don't mind the costume. I can see what they were trying to do with it. I'm glad it's something different, and it's quite unique.
Yeah.
I think the least popular costume for the TV show Flash was season 5 because of the helmet mainly.
Oh, that's bulky.
Yeah.
He's got a cranium right there, doesn't he?
He does. A cranium and no, like, chin strap, which he had before.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it looks a little odd. I like that it's practical, though. Like, I know they kind of has to be. Like, they couldn't CGI him, but it's a thing that I appreciate that, like, anytime he's in it, you feel like he's actually wearing it.
Mm.
And, it feels like something he would wear.
But yeah, then he stops a tornado.
He goes and he's like, how fast do I have to go into run a tornado? And she's like, you'll die. Like, really? Like, he already can run like 1,000 miles per hour in this episode.
Did he? He only did like 400 miles.
That was the first scene. By the end, I think he was going up like 700 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, it'll be fine.
Yeah. So he runs. He runs, Barry runs. That's the thing they keep saying to him.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Professor X is like, you can do it. I'm sorry I ever doubted you.
Run.
You're not just a young man who's been struck by lightning. Or whatever he said.
I don't know. Yeah, so then he runs, they explode the tornado, and Caitlin's character arc becomes complete.
Oh, wait.
Because she smiles.
You're not a hero. You're just a young man struck by lightning.
I mean, he wasn't wrong.
I don't know. I think he's a hero. So sure.
No, he is a hero.
Actually, no. At the beginning, he's a mirror. So, but it balances out now because that other guy was killed.
Yeah, but he didn't kill him.
No.
There's a lot of death in this episode.
Yeah,
more death than happened in Arrow, which is kind of ironic.
Is it though?
Like, I guess not with the flashbacks. No. Barry's killed more people in his first episode than Arrow did in his first... No, he didn't. He broke necks.
Yeah, he did.
God, so much happened.
He was snapping.
Yeah, so much happened in that episode. I've completely forgot about that. But yeah, interesting that Joe finds out that he's the Flash in the first episode.
Yeah,
seems like something that you would hold on to.
Yeah.
And I do like he's me like, don't tell your sister girlfriend.
Do not fuck my daughter.
Do not fuck my daughter. I can't remember. I wonder if in future episode they acknowledge, once they do start dating, I wonder if Joe has a line or something of like, this is really weird.
This is really uncomfortable.
Yeah, I really don't like this.
Did he do a joke that's just like, so when am I going to meet the family? Oh, wait.
That would be insane.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That'd be so funny, though. They completed Caitlin's character arc. She cracked a smile.
All right. Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to be like, oh, she put that on the iPad.
No, he's like, he did the tornado, and then she smiles, and that's good, because she wasn't smiling before.
I didn't notice that.
Didn't you?
No.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
That's a nice touch.
Yeah, I thought it was cute, but it is also kind of funny of just like, oh, she should smile more. Oh, she's smiling now. Broke lads, I think it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Did you notice what shirt Cisco was wearing?
Like on his t-shirt?
Yeah, what he had on his t-shirt.
I can't remember. What?
It was Bazinga.
Yeah, Bazinga.
Yeah,
he would like the Big Bang Theory.
So the Flash, he would like the Bang Theory. The Big Bang Theory crew sent them a Bazinga shirt because Sheldon often wears a Flash shirt.
He does.
So they put it on him, which I noticed straight away.
Barracuda.
Yeah, so we end with a bit more narration where we're getting like, I'm the fastest man alive.
Oh, you get that sweet scene with his dad.
Yeah. Oh yeah, his dad. Let's talk about his dad. Yeah. Because did you recognize the actor?
You look familiar.
Yeah.
I can't give you a name.
Let me show you a picture.
All right.
I don't think he'd be able to name him. The only reason I'm asking, you'll see why I'm asking now.
Okay.
I'm just going to waffle until I can load the picture. I don't fully blame you for not recognizing him.
Actually?
Yeah.
What?
His so I just showed Viv the picture of 90s Flash. Yeah, so the guy who plays his dad was 90s Flash.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I think that was like one thing they were really proud of getting, of like that he was available and he was down to do it.
I was gonna say he looks great. He has a great face.
He has a really good facial structure.
Yeah.
If you look at young pictures of him on the Flash, like the 90s show, he was very handsome.
Yeah, I could see.
Yeah.
He's handsome now.
He's a lot more built. Because Grant Gustin's very skinny, which unfortunately is something a lot of people gave him shit for, because like fucking comic superheroes.
Abs.
Yeah, I know, but it's like comic heroes. I mean, it's the same thing that happened with Tom Holland, where like comic heroes are like ridiculously muscly.
Like roided.
So it's like, they're too skinny, and it's like, yeah, because actual people don't look like that.
Yeah.
So, but to be fair, John Wesley Shipp, I think his name was. He was very big.
Yeah. That last scene was like my favorite scene. I thought it was very sweet and it was very well acted.
Yeah, I think they're both really good. They get a lot of good scenes together in the show. I think that they have really good like chemistry and between their acting abilities, and I think it's a good heart to like have that and show like Barry's now. It kind of gives Barry a goal as well, not just he's going to stop Villain of the Week. Like he has that goal of trying to work out what happened.
I need to prove my dad is innocent.
Yeah. Must suck actually getting like locked up because they think you killed your wife when you know you didn't do it.
I saw a yellow guy running backwards.
It's the yellow guy.
Yeah, and then you get that final monologue where it's just like, my name.
I've been running my whole life. I'm fast.
I'm so fucking fast.
My friend gave me an idea for the name, and then it's
the Flash.
The Flash. But then post-credit scene.
The far future, 2024.
Yeah, he's faking being in a wheelchair.
It's so fucked
It's
up.
fucked up, isn't it?
I don't care what he does in the future now.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing he could do.
There's a lot of elements about this that I'm surprised by, especially looking back on. I'm not too surprised that they revealed that he's like something's up with him. Obviously, they don't reveal he's the Reverse Flash in this episode.
Yeah,
but I feel like it's pretty easy to guess that's like, oh, his mentor is going to be a villain. So I kind of like that they immediately reveal something to do with that.
Yeah. Well, you see, like, what's interesting about Barry Allen? He's always lacking in a father figure, and so he's like sublimating it with two people.
In the commentary, they said that was inspired by Searching for Bobby Fischer, the film. Have you ever seen that? It's about a young boy who has like 3 different father figures.
Oh, really?
And it's his kind of whole idea of he's learning like different things from each of them.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, so they fully did intend for that to be kind of a theme.
There you go. So I'll give it to the writers. They
portrayed a theme,
and like it came across to me. But yeah, it is kind of true. I like how they're kind of different though, because like in a way they're incomplete.
Yeah, it's like, but you can imagine Barry is going to be like kind of the best of each of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But
he doesn't pretend to be in a wheelchair. He
doesn't kill.
He doesn't kill his mum.
Yeah.
He believes in himself.
That's a good thing to do.
There you go.
Yeah. Tom Cavanaugh, who plays Harrison Wells, was told before this episode that he was the Reverse Flash and that he killed his mother.
Oh, there you go.
So he could use that in his acting choices, which I think is really interesting.
He was very reserved.
Yeah.
Like when he had like that big like kind of emotional outburst where he's just like, you're just a young man.
Nothing.
Yeah, you're nothing. And he's just like, he's quite stone cold, you know?
Yeah. I think it's interesting.
Again, it's like the similar thing with like in Arrow with his ex-girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
Where he comes back and I don't think it's really earned. Where he just kind of comes back and it's just like, fuck it.
I feel like it's what's interesting with Harrison Wells' characters. You can play it like that because you can once you kind of know the twist of like, oh, he's the villain, you can kind of almost see it as manipulation of like at the end, for example, when he's giving Barry like the big speech about who can be a hero. He already knows the Flash as a person. Because it's fucking complicated, but Reverse Flash is from the future.
Yeah.
Like that's a very big part of his character is the fact that he was a fan of the Flash. So whenever you get scenes like that of Harrison Wells kind of encouraging Barry, you can kind of see it as him manipulating him and molding him into being like the person that he knows. I think that
comes across. Where it's just like he's being sweet to him, but there's definitely like something hiding underneath it all.
Yeah. And I'm glad I used to get really excited when they would do like these little reveals at the end of episodes. And it was like, it's one of those things that would sort of get people talking of like, oh, what do you think will happen? But one thing I am really surprised about, and this is apparently a late addition, they didn't add until very near the actually filming the episode, is the Flash vanishes in Crisis.
Oh, okay.
Because to introduce like, oh, we're having these 2 shows now that are going to cross over is one thing. To set up Crisis on Infinite Earths in your first episode is very ambitious.
This is the Thanos Infinity Gauntlet.
It is. But they've said it so far in the future that they could have just like never done it if they didn't want to. It wasn't like, if it was like 2014, it was like, it would have been ridiculous to cover it. But it was just kind of a thing of like, okay, this will eventually happen. Yeah. Yeah. And then it ends.
Did you ask anyone on Reddit?
I did ask people
on Reddit. You
did?
Oh, no, so. Okay, let's hear what the general opinions are.
I forgot I had this open, so I was just like, he actually appears, you know how every DC property ever is canon to the Arrowverse? He appears in Crisis as that character.
Oh, that's cute.
And he has a costume as well.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Same one.
Yeah. I imagine they recreated it. I imagine they didn't have the
classic crusty 90s costume, 25 years old.
Yeah, I can't imagine they had that one. I mean, I can spoil Crisis for you because there's a bit that annoyed me. So you know how they set up like Flash vanishes in Crisis?
Sure.
it's him that vanishes, not Flash and CD Bullet's show. Which, I guess is kind of like fair enough because at least it's like a pre-established character. But they even like flashbacks to scenes from the 90s show. Like I can't get a good like picture of it. But yeah, he was the same costume. I don't know if they probably recreated it. Yeah, let me open Reddit. Before we read the Reddit things, I'm pretty sure it's confident you're not going to watch any more of this.
Not because of the quality, though.
No, you liked it. It was just like, yeah. If this was a weekly show that had just started, could you imagine tuning into another episode?
I can imagine watching it with you.
Yeah, that's fair. Whereas, part of me is tempted to just say, maybe I'll watch like the first season, but...
Like if we were just hanging out and you're just like, hey, do you want to watch like an episode of Flash? I wouldn't oppose.
That's fair. I'm going to continue watching shorts on YouTube. Like
sublimate it.
Yeah.
The way Barry sublimates father figures, I sublimate Flash episodes with shorts.
YouTube shorts. A lot of what I know about like season 8 and 9 is through YouTube shorts.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the Reddit it wasn't as active as the Arrow one, but very positive. So I was saying like one of the greatest first episodes in TV history, which debatable. But then also for this show, like for the show,
kind of
for the show
show
itself, yeah. Like I don't really remember a lot of like the other ones that we're going to be talking about, but I can imagine us saying this was probably going to be the strongest one.
Yeah.
Unless we're surprised by Supergirl. I cannot imagine we're going to be gassing up Legends of Tomorrow.
Is it that hated?
No, it's just we're not going to have a fucking clue what's happening.
I mean, it's a TV show. It's gonna. Yeah. I at least like to think that they would have in mind that like someone's gonna watch this.
You would imagine so. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it'll be really easy to follow. We'll have to see.
We'll find out.
Yeah. But yeah, people. Something on that conversation from that person who's kind of devolved into people just talking about how immediately though the Flash's speed is so inconsistent, because that's just kind of the problem with writing a superhero with super fast, where it's like if you've got him going 500 miles an hour in the first episode and then later got them struggling against like something that's clearly slower,
yeah,
which is fair. That's a criticism the show gets all the time. I can personally look past it because just because he can do it one time doesn't mean he can do it every time, and circumstances change.
Yeah.
But I get that is a fair criticism. Someone said, I like it. The CGI hasn't aged well, but there are obvious problems with it, but it's not too serious overall. And I think it's one of the best pilots. And it's like, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
The CGI is interesting because it's not that I think it's necessarily aged badly. It's just, I think that it'd be interesting to see what a show like this would look like now with like Netflix money.
But, way worse.
That's the thing. Just because CGI's gone better doesn't necessarily mean directing is better.
Not to bring it up again, but look at Stranger Things. You could have literally all the money in the fucking universe, and that doesn't make it good.
Well, I think in the season 1 CGI of Flash, like some of the ones I watched earlier, it wasn't the CGI that impressed me. It was like the camera movements and stuff, and the way like the framing essentially, of the action was the more interesting. Like in the VFX documentary on the DVD, they talked about, which first of all was really interesting because just seeing early stage visual effects is really interesting.
Yeah.
But they spoke about the first fight between Reverse Flash and the Flash, which takes place in a stadium. If you've watched our, I can't remember what episode it was, but where the short I made where it's a Yogi Bear.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is that?
It's that fight.
Oh, okay.
They talked about how they could be creative with the space because of the nature of their powers, and just a stadium is like an ideal place for people to run around. But
it's it's like a tokusatsu where you just got to think of a reason to get them in the middle of a field.
Yeah, exactly.
Get them in the middle of a salt mine. To get them fighting.
Exactly. So I can definitely see that. I don't necessarily think the CGI is the problem. I've seen later clips of The Flash, and yes, the CGI is noticeably downgraded, but I also think it's just general directing and like stylization. Amazing, incredible, one of the best ever. They pulled it together, having the confidence of everything that the CW has learned from Arrow, and what was at the time some really good FX. The CSI style on-screen notes is something that's only in the pilot and never comes up again.
I'm glad someone else brought it up.
Yeah, but it's always fun when you see remnants of ideas that get dropped, which I agree with. Yeah. I know lots of people just saying amazing, just really positive.
Oh, well, I'm glad that the Arrowverse fans got to enjoy it.
Yes, and I very much enjoyed coming back to this.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts?
I'm trying to think. That's the thing. I have lots of thoughts on The Flash as a show, but like, you know, that's to do with the whole show. I am trying to keep it maintained. Oh, this was interesting.
Yeah.
In the documentary, The Fastest Man Alive, which is just talking about like the Flash in general, they spoke about how they wanted to.
They spoke.
They spoke. There was a discussion on how the Flash is an interesting hero to bring into the modern day. Purely, and this is 2014, because of the speed of everything, where we want everything to be instantaneous and everything needs to be like maximized.
You're right. We should like reboot the Flash.
Yeah.
And he's like an ADHD TikTok.
Yeah.
Zoomer generation.
He's like scrolling on six iPads.
Zoomer.
Yeah. He's like scrolling on 6 iPads at once.
He's just like got ultimate brain rot.
Yeah. There's a scene. There's a bit where like the Flash like. I don't know, he's gone for a little bit and then he comes back, and there was a joke where he was catching up on all the shows he missed and he was watching them at like, 1,000 times speed.
This is how I watch them now.
Yeah.
When I try to catch up on episodes.
Yeah. But I just thought that was really interesting for them to say that, and how things are now. To imagine people were saying the same shit 10 years ago of just like everything's so fast paced nowadays. Yeah. Everyone's in a rush. You've got to always be going places.
Yeah, what the fuck did the Flash have to run about in the 50s?
Yeah. I guess it was still faster faster than the cars that went like 20 miles per hour.
Yeah. What's he running away from? Racism?
Racism? Where was Barry Allen when racism was a thing? Was a thing.
Was a thing. He stopped there.
He stopped? Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
I mean, his sister is black, so that's cool. God, nah.
The sister he wants to fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
In the scene where I mentioned earlier where... he's like he's forgotten who he is, and he asks Wally West like, so who are you to me? And he's like, oh, I'm your brother. Grant Gustin pulls out his hand and looks at it. It's really funny. Do you know what Barry Allen's like full name is? Because that's another joke in that scene.
Is it something to do with speed?
No, it's not a pun. It's just Barry is short for something.
Is it like was it Tails?
No, Miles Tails Prower.
Yeah.
I wish it was that. No, it's just his name is Bartholomew.
It's like
Barry is short for Bartholomew.
Bartholomew
Allen.
Okay, I have elastics in my mouth.
Yeah.
So saying that is very difficult.
Yeah. It's a very long name.
Quirked up white boy. What can I say?
Quirked up white boy. I go by Bartholomew.
Name's Bart.
It's Bart. Yeah. There is a Bart Allen. I think it's like
Bart Allen?
Yeah, that's
Ay caramba.
I think Flash in Smallville is Bart, not Barry.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Bart! Reverse Flash, but it's Homer. And he's yellow.
I'm sure there was a fucking... I'm sure your mother. I can't do Homer. I'm sure that the Flash was like on The Simpsons. Like one of them was the Flash at some point.
What?
I don't know. I'm sure the Flash appeared in The Simpsons.
Oh, like the character?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me go. It's just comic book guy dressed as the Flash.
I speak to an impression of anyone on The Simpsons.
Selma.
Again.
Patty.
Again.
I almost said Mr. Krabs. Mr. Burns.
Again.
This is great. Just making sounds that make me funny. I wish I could do a deep cut, but I don't know many. The one guy who screams "Hey Mo" in that one scene. Flea
from Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me get this. Oh, I'll do it. It'll be better. No, other way. Hey Mo!
I love that.
There you go. Okay, we're getting off track.
Quickly double check any further notes, but I'm pretty sure we're all done.
Yeah.
In here, they discussed killing Joe in the pilot. I think that would have been too much. To be like, not only is your other dad in prison, your like adopted dad is dead now.
I guess it would have made sense if like third adopted dad
Yeah, I guess.
/ mortal enemy.
Mortal enemy.
This is there's a lot of Oedipus in this.
There is a lot of fun.
He wants to kill his dad.
Yeah.
Wants to
fuck his mother.
Yeah, but like sublimate that with sister.
Yeah. A lot of weird family dynamics in this.
But I think like any interesting like story has like kind of fucked up family dynamics. Not necessarily incest, but like adjacent.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It adds to it. I think that family's a good way of imbuing conflict in storytelling.
Yeah,
it's kind of like how we said earlier, like last week about Arrow, where it focused on so many characters, but I feel like when you go too wide, it can become too complicated and too overwhelming. Whereas if you just stick in one family, you can get a lot of
you can get a lot of drama.
I mean, this happens in a lot of famous shows like Breaking Bad. Like obviously a lot of conflict with Skylar. I don't know.
I just saw a clip going around of I think it's from like season 5, and it's just her and what's her sister called?
Oh, Marie.
It's just like, I just need you to believe me, and she's just like, Walt, kill yourself.
That's so funny.
Just like, but she says it so tight. She's just like, Walt, kill yourself. And it's just like, and I just see Pluribus, and it's just like, fuck, I need to watch Breaking Bad, and I need to watch
Better Call Saul. Any scene of a character earnestly telling someone else to kill themselves would never not make me laugh. Like, genuinely, one of my favorite clips from Doctor Who was just Christopher Eccleston saying, "Kill yourself."
Yeah, it's only episodes like that in Flash.
I can't imagine the Flash tells anyone to kill themselves.
My name's Barry Allen. Kill yourself.
I mean, maybe there's 180 episodes.
Yeah,
I'm sure one of them kills himself. Arrow is the kind of hero that would tell someone to kill themselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Kill yourself.
Kill yourself.
Okay, bye.
Wait, I haven't done any like the socials and shit.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, go do that.
Okay, if you want to follow us on any socials, we're at firsttimeflyerspodcast on Instagram and TikTok, where you can see the same conversation you just listened to, but in short form with copyrighted clips.
Yeah, and it'll get taken down.
It will probably get taken down. We have a second podcast called All Hail the King with Garen, where we talk about Stephen King properties.
It's usually more focused.
Yeah, we've been pretty good. The Arrow one, and I'd say this one, they were very focused. Like this one less so.
You're going to listen back to this and be like, what the fuck were we doing?
This one less so. Maybe the Arrow one, we were on it.
Simpsons impressions.
We were so on topic. You can find All Hail the King and First Time Flyers also on YouTube at Pod One Out Studios, where you can watch both our podcasts. Again, it's the one you just listened to, so you might already be there, but if you haven't, then you can go there. If you've got any thoughts on any of the episodes that we're going to be covering in the future, so in this case, it's Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, and Batwoman.
Yeah, we're going to start announcing them
ahead of time so people can get their thoughts in. Yeah, so you can also check the Instagram, and we'll also have the next season of shows that we're going to be covering, which are all themed around girls, because I'm forcing Viv to watch boy shows for a month, so it's only fair.
Well, we say that, but the next one's Supergirl.
That's true. Yeah, Supergirl. We're going to get some girls in this. And Batwoman.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah, so, it's not... We've had the 2 cock-focused episodes.
Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of spoiled.
Yeah. So, you can check those out and email us at firsttimeflyerspodcast@gmail.com.
Cool.
I think that's everything. Oh, yeah. Garen does this. I never thought to do this. You can also rate our podcast if you ever want to. Give us 5 stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be very nice.
Yeah, that'd be lovely.
Yeah. But no, if you don't do any of that, thank you at least for listening.
Yeah, thank you.
And we see you next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Usually we end up on a more chaotic note.
Yeah, like last week.
Yeah, well, how did we end last week?
We were just talking about more incest and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe next week we'll be free of the incest, but who knows?
I hope not.
I don't know. Krypton's a weird place. I'm sure they do lots of incest on Krypton.
Could you imagine? Well, they have like harems and shit.
Yeah, Superman's secret harem.
Okay. Bye.
Goodbye.